Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? Sorry this video is so late. Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. Lordy, lordy, did this episode look so good. Um, these are one of the things that I've been kind of hoping for in these types of series is just to better visualize what Mob wants to do and what Mob can become. If they can do that for me, I'll be pretty satisfied throughout when it comes down to his character overall. Um, but from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of different like aspects of his powers being brought up in this week, which is another reason why I love the aspect of them making sure Mob is even more of a grounded character, and that comes more from the manga creator himself, from going from 100%, just going full speed ahead, coming down to like what Mob's doing, the things that are like stopping Mob from becoming popular, all these different things. He's explaining that whole narrative of the story. But now that we're in the second season and all of that stuff is kind of to the side, he's just going full throttle into this new era of what Mob is dealing with, and it feels so new that it didn't feel like this was even present in the first season while I'm watching it right now. Um, just the fact that Mob's thinking so far ahead in the sense of trying to save somebody that he doesn't even know, so it's even coming down to him just pushing the boundaries of even the abilities he believed he had. He straight up goes inside of this girl's body as an astral, like as his just spirit form, so he can pretty much get inside and actually have a full-on battle with just the entity. Because when Mob finally like musters up enough power to stop this guy from straight up using the body of this girl to destroy, just to get across like a punch or something, Mob was holding him still, and because he was fighting so hard, the human body itself was getting completely wrecked. And that's the things I'm talking about. Mob noticing, not just noticing it, but trying to stop it from happening. All these things going on, and Mob's still worried about someone else's life that could literally take him out at any really given time. So it's things like that that give you, or I can't say you because for me it does, but I don't know about everybody, but it gives me this feeling that Mob is this way bigger, broader character that can be built up still, and his power is kind of just something that is not necessarily a bad thing, but it is the one thing that kind of puts him in all of these situations. Not to mention his mentor, Reagan, who did one of the sickest stops this week's episode. Um, Straight up, someone gets possessed. Oh my god, he just one-shotted him. Someone gets possessed, and he straight up catches him with a knee and an elbow to the back of the head and, like, knocks him out one shot. So Reagan's got some pretty raw moves. One thing I wanted to just say, just to get that out there, let's get the dub, please. There's some people out there that only watch dub, and they're trying to see some Mob Psycho. And if you reject the dub, the people of the sub will just get to troll and be, how they get. But yeah, I kind of miss this dub's voice. He's one of the more unique voices that are done, in my opinion, that I really like out of the series. But above all, man, this show has so much potential when it comes down to actually showing us what Mob's powers could hold, because supposedly when we just learn about his powers and the spiritual powers, they're pretty much kind of like tied into the same category, in the sense of always using emotions, and emotions being something that powers them up much more than just overall Esper's power. So we're learning a lot through just this season alone, and I'm happy about that. Why it? Oh my god! I try to do soul charge, guys. I'm so dead. But with that being said, it's not too like it's not over yet for the sense of this guy to straight up beat Mob at a longer game of like waiting, because right now he has Mob in a state where he's pretty much forcing him to live the life that he wants him to live. For instance, he's pretty much in the mind of wow. He's in the mind with the girl that she's stuck in, and he's now stuck in like the same kind of thing he's put this girl into. So he's got to find a way to get out of it, figure out that he's actually in it in the first place, because I highly doubt he even knows that he's in there. He woke up and he's like, oh, it's morning, you know, and he started living his everyday life. So that's already pretty sketchy. My combo was dirty. Um, but the one thing that, other than like the actual character, the actual feeling of learning who Mob is and the building up of him, they actually show me a lot more promise towards him controlling his power. He actually referred to, you know, himself doing like at least building himself up to use the power as like something natural. Like, oh, I need to just actually let my emotions fly. I need to let go. I need to cut free. Um, for me, that's a huge step for a character to be able to. He started raising his percentage because he needed to, not because he was stressed, not because of things were happening that he didn't like, and then it raised up, but just because he knew he had to do it to battle. And that is some of the more like basic character development they can do, and it still feels very rewarding at the end of the day. So with all that being said, I truly hope you guys are watching Mob Psycho. Thank you guys so much for the support. I got to drop two really fun videos, and you know, I didn't really get any backlash because you guys are just awesome, and either you enjoy the content or you give me some heads up on some certain things that you know about the show, and that's amazing. So to continue that and to have that in the back of my head for tomorrow and the next day and the next day, to know that as soon as I drop something, you guys are more than likely to you know, watch it and give me some advice, or even just watch it and enjoy it or whatever. That really helps me want to make more. So I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. Black Clover should be out, so I at least have that to talk about. And everybody, I hope you have a good night, evening, morning, whatever the case it is when you're watching this, and I will talk to you in the next one. Alright, peace.